Hi there everyone, welcome to this unboxing. Now this video is actually going to be posted on two of my sites at the same time. Some of you are used to seeing me on the Uke Stuff channel. Others of you have seen me in the past on the Tech and Music Ed channel. And this product really is more on the Tech and Music Ed side, but it's connected to the ukulele side. So I'm going to cross-post it in both places. And in fact, I haven't really said too much about technology music education lately because there really have been no huge developments in the last literally couple of years. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you what I have here, but first I just want to tell you why I have it. Back a few months ago, a Amazon reseller, or a person that sells links to Amazon products and earns a commission that way, contacted me and let me know that they had an ukulele that they'd like me to review. And that ukulele's brand was Vangoa. And I reviewed that ukulele. You can find that review on the Uke Stuff channel. Well, after that review, the company got a hold of me and they asked if I'd be interested in reviewing some other things. And in truth, there are only two areas that I'm really interested in reviewing. The first one is ukulele stuff, and the other one is things dealing with music and technology and especially education. So the company thought about it and got back to me and said, well, we do have some MIDI keyboards coming out. Would you be interested in taking a look at those? And my answer was absolutely yes. So what we're going to look at today is a MIDI keyboard that again works with technology, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. So I'm going to unbox this. It came in an Amazon box today. So I'll get my knife out and cut this box open. It's definitely about the same size as many ukulele boxes, or the way that Amazon ships ukuleles, but it is a keyboard instead. So let's take a look. Here's how it comes, packaged on the inside. We'll get that out and then take a look at the next part of it. Alright, so you have a box that's pretty well protectively packed. Can withstand the bumps and bruises of shipment. Then I take a look on the inside. So again, this is the Vangoa, as you can see right there. Catch Life's Melody. Let's take a look at what we've got. It's packed in here pretty well. There's the instruction book. I'll pull that out in a second. Ooh. There we go. So there are styrofoam end caps on both sides, and then a nice. This reminds me of a pop ice. If you've seen those, my boys love pop ices. So it reminds me of that. That was wrapped around it to keep it safe. And this is the keyboard coming in a case. And it's substantial. This is not a inconsequential little keyboard. I'll just say that right off the bat. Now let's take a look at the packet of what we got here. So looking at the packet, it comes with a foot pedal, generally for sustain. It comes with a micro USB cable, and it comes with a charging brick. Pretty sure that's what that is. So you get the charging brick as well with that. And then you get the user manual, which I cannot read right now, partially because I do not have my glasses on. I'll throw this out here in a second. There we go. Now, let's take a look at the keyboard itself. Zipper on the top. There's a slight zipper on the side. It's not overly heavy. I'm not sure we'll have to measure it later. Now this model is the plastic model. It's got the Vangoa logo on the back. I'll get this open here. There we go. All right. There's your keyboard. So it's a 61 key keyboard. It has some touch controls up on the top there, which I cannot all tell you what they are at the moment. It has some inputs on the back. So on the back, you have a USB adapter, you have a sustain, there's a headphone jack, a jack for MP3s, and a jack for a mic. These are all the 1/8 inch jack connection. The bottom has 4 rubber feet, although this would definitely be at home on a keyboard stand. And then it's a plastic white body on this model, and that's what we're taking a look at here today just a little bit. This is not going to be the full review. I'll let you know how that goes in the future. So I'm going to peel off the protective thing that keeps all the keys together. And what they are supposed to be touch sensitive keys, but they're not weighted, which is what you'd generally expect with most keyboards. Now, I'm not even sure at the moment what the going price is of this unit. That's something that I will definitely cover in the final review. And now you might wonder, how are you going to use this with ukulele? And the answer is really there's quite a few ways you can do it. Obviously, you could hook it up and play along or create an accompaniment track, that sort of thing. But really what intrigues me is the ability to use the USB connection and then work with MIDI through, for example, a MacBook or an iPad with this keyboard. So I'll be testing that and letting you know how that all works out. And that will be a future review, not on a normal Friday, but on another day of the week. So, hi there, I'm back right after the unboxing. I was able to sit down with the keyboard a little bit and take a look at what it's about. Again, there'll be a full review coming in the near future, but I wanted to let you know what I found out. Now, when I'm doing an unboxing, number one, I don't even know what I'm getting. And number two, it's just an unboxing, letting you see what is coming out of the box. And when it comes to a piano keyboard, that's really difficult because the wide variety of features that you can have, from literally a piano keyboard that just makes really bad noises to something really kind of wonderful, is a huge spectrum. And of course, price range all the way from, probably less than $20 for something not so good to perhaps thousands of dollars, even on something like Amazon. So what did I find out? Well, here's what I found out. This particular keyboard, it's the Vangoa VGD611 piano keyboard. Again, it has 61 keys that we already knew. We already knew that it was touch sensitive, but what we didn't know was some more of the other details. So first of all, it's a rechargeable keyboard. So it runs off of a battery. It's supposed to last about 12 hours of use. So that's point number one. Point number two is it has a micro USB jack that you could get an adapter to run MIDI that way to a computer or something else. But the really big news for me is that it has embedded Bluetooth MIDI. So if you are a person like I am that uses my iPad for a huge percentage of my music making and music writing, it connects pretty much flawlessly with your iPad, also potentially your MacBook, to use Bluetooth MIDI to communicate with your device with no wires, and that is incredible. So that, I just want to let you know what I found out about it, just playing with it for a few minutes, looking at the manual. Of course, I don't wear my glasses, so I can't read that right now. And there are a ton of features. So that feature list is exciting, but so is the price point. Normally, for something like this that has Bluetooth MIDI embedded in it, along with the other features such as a rechargeable keyboard that will let you play it out loud. It works out loud as a keyboard wherever you want. Now again, it's not going to work in a noisy environment or gigging place. You'd have to send the audio out through the headphone jack to a speaker or something. But for other applications, practicing, this is something that you could buy for your family. Again, not weighted keys, but not all keyboards have to have weighted keys. And in fact, some musicians prefer keyboards without weighted keys, going all the way back to the 80s and those early keyboards. So the price point is $150, just under $150, like $149.99 if I'm looking right there with Prime shipping, if you have that. And for a device with all those features, that's pretty amazing. Now, I'll take a look at this keyboard some more before I give you my final thoughts on it. Remember, I am not an electronic musician first and foremost. I'm a music educator that uses technology, and that's my main focus. But do I use a keyboard occasionally to interact with my device? And the answer is yes. In music, the keyboard still remains one of our main tools to get music onto a computer or into another format or even into recorded format. So even if you are a singer like I am or a tuba player or an ukulele player like I am, to get that music from out there into a computer or onto paper, a lot of that work is done with a keyboard, and it's a skill that's still needed and something that is still worth learning, as is just learning how to play piano by yourself. Now, again, a pure piano player, this would probably not be their instrument because they'd want weighted keys, actual strings, the full body of the instrument. But for an electronic musician, this has got some great promise. And for the music educator, for the music student, getting a way to interact with your iPad or interact with your MacBook with a keyboard without wires or anything else, that's a great price point into that technology. So again, I will be back in the future with a longer review of this instrument, and I'm just excited by that because that inclusion of Bluetooth MIDI changes the use of that device for me, and I think for many people that would watch, particularly the Tech and Music Ed channel, but maybe even some of you in the ukulele world that have an iPad that would love to do some interaction with your iPad and making music maybe with a keyboard, this is another opportunity for you too. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I will be back soon with that full review.